Welcome, children. This is the lecture number 2. I am taking class on foundation level Neet Aieee for this chapter content atomic structure. That is atomic structure. You will get in your syllabus chapter 4. Inside the book, if you follow chapter 4, you are getting the syllabus. Now, already first chapter I have discussed Rutherford alpha particle scattering experiment and conclusion. According to Rutherford conclusion, we know that atom is maximum portion of the atom is empty, middle portion is heavy. That means total atom and middle portion is heavy. This middle portion having two particles, one is proton, other is neutron. Clear? Total mass of the atom is concentrated at the nucleus, and middle portion is heavy, having neutron and proton. You know, proton positively charged, neutron having no charge. Neutron no charge. Clear? Now, size of the nucleus is very less. Radius of nucleus 10 to the power minus 15 meter order. That is 1 Fermi unit. 1 Fermi. Clear? The first heavy portion, middle portion is heavy, rest portion is empty. Now, middle portion is the total mass. Mass for the atom is due to proton and due to neutron, because mass of electron is negligible. Now, proton having positive charge and neutron having no charge, radius 10 to the minus 15, and in that case, so many protons are inside the nucleus. You may ask, why protons are not referring to each other and rupturing the nucleus? I should say, the proton is converting into neutron and neutron is converting the proton in the nucleus, neutron to proton and proton to neutron, in this way by pi Meson particle. Pi Meson's particle, there is a nuclear force. So inside the nuclear, there is a nuclear force, very short range force. Nuclear force is there. This force is greater than electrostatic force. So again I am telling you, so many protons are there in the nucleus, they are not repelling, because due to repulsion you may think that nucleus should rupture, but there is a nuclear force, short range force. Nuclear force is the force in between proton and proton neutron. By exchange of pi mesons, this force is developed, and this force is very, very higher than gravitational force and electrostatic force. Now question is that number of protons is called atomic number. Number of protons is called atomic number. This atomic number is proton number equal to electron numbers. As a result, atom is neutral in nature. So again I am telling, heavy portion, nucleus is heavy, having two particles contents, one is the neutron, other is the proton. Proton is positively charged. Total protons number is called atomic number. Now, next I should say that consider the electron distribution, that portion. Electron distribution. Electrons of an atom equal to number of protons. As for example, any orbit, defined orbits This is the nucleus. It is the nucleus. Nucleus having proton and neutron. Number of proton and neutron together called nucleon. Particles present in the nucleus called nucleon. So these are called nucleon. Nucleon. Now these are different orbits. This first orbit from the nucleus is k orbit, l orbit, m orbit, in this way n orbit. So many orbits are there. How many electrons are there in an orbit governed by a formula? Number of electrons in orbit. Number of electrons in orbit equal to 2n square. For n equal to 1, we are getting k orbit having electrons equal to 2, because 2n square, 2 into 1 square, that is 2. If n equal to 2, we are getting L orbit having electrons 2 into 2 square, that is 8. So you can write k orbit, in this way you divide k orbit n equal to 1, we are getting k orbit, number of electrons 2 into 1 square, that is 2. Then 2 orbit, L orbit, 2 into 2 square, that is equal to 8. Next 3, KLM, like this, 2 into 3 square, that is 18. But always remember, last orbit, maximum electron in last orbit must be 8. But in the case of helium it is 2. When 8 electrons are present in the last orbit, that is valence shell, that is, then we should say octet is filled up. Octet. Remember this term, octet, O-C-T-E. Octet is filled up. Octet is filled up for stability. If last orbit electrons are 8. Now children, atoms combines another atoms to make compound, by to target is to fill up the octet. This octet means last orbit should be 8 electrons. Now in the case of helium, there is no 8 electrons, only 2 electrons are there, that is duplet. So this octet is filled up by the atom either by sharing or by accepting or by donating. Sharing, accepting or donating the electrons, the atom fills up that octet. Until the last orbit having 8 electrons, atom having the tendency to combine with other atoms to make compounds. Now this is the reasons I am telling you. So defined orbits K, L, M, N, we are getting this type of defined orbits. That's the N are known as principal quantum number. Principal quantum number. Now already I have told you, atomic number means number of protons. Mass number means number of protons plus number of neutrons. So I am writing again. I am writing atomic number equal to number of protons. Mass number, number of proton plus number of neutrons. Neutron. Always remember, ordinary hydrogen atom having no neutron inside the nucleus, only electron, one proton is there. So it is, in brief I am telling you, heavy portion of the atom at the middle, heavy portion, high dense zone, very small radius, huge mass of the atom is concentrated at the nucleus because electronic mass is negligible. In nucleus there are nuclear force, that is short range force in between the nucleons, proton proton or neutron proton or neutron neutron. This force is greater than gravitational force and electrostatic force. As a result, nucleus do not rupture. Now, mass number equal to number of protons plus number of neutron. As for example, sodium, you write in this way. That means proton number 11. So, neutron number, how can get neutron number? Neutron number 23 minus 11, that is equal to 12. Clear? Similarly, chlorine 1735. Now, neutron number equal to 35 minus 17, that is 18. So, now I am giving example how for these two atoms electrons are distributed. Distribution of electron for sodium and chlorine. Distribution of electron for sodium. Clear? How many electrons are there? I have already told you number of protons equal to number of electrons. So electron number equal to 11. Don't think all electrons in a single orbit they are rotating in path. Again I am telling they are distributed like this: k orbit, l orbit, m orbit, n orbit. For sodium you distributed total 11 electrons. How? K orbit you write down 2, then 8 and last orbit 1. Similarly for chlorine 2, 8, 7. You see, for sodium, that is for sodium and that is for chlorine. That is for chlorine. Chlorine 17. So for sodium 2, 8, 1. So last orbit having only one electron, that is valence electron. Now if valence electron is last orbit electron equal to valence electron. If valence electron is within 1 to 4, that is also valency. Again I am telling you, last orbit. So I just am here. This portion is very important, so I am repeating again. For example, sodium. Again we check sodium 11. That is very important. Chlorine 17. If you distribute, then you are having K, L, M, N. 2, 8, 1, 2, 8, 7, valency electron and valency. This table is very important. Valency. Now, valence electron 1, valence electron 7. Last orbit electron, last orbit electron, last orbit electron equal to valence electron. Now in that case valency 1, in that case valency 1. Always remember, if valence electron number is 1 to 4, that is valency. If it is 7, then remember 8 minus, to fill up the octet, one more electron is required, that is 1, that is easy for the atom. So there is 7 to make octet complete. For target of 8, so 1 electron is required, that is 1. So if the valency electron 1 to 4, that is the valency. If more than 4, 5, 6, 7, then to fill up the octet, number of electrons required is known as the valency. Now last orbit electron. So I have given the concept of the distribution of the electron, that is 2n square formula. Then I have told you valency and valence electron. Now another question arises, how electrons are balanced in a particular orbit. Suppose electrons are rotating, electrons revolving, electron rotating under, this is the rotation, there is a nucleus, there is Z charge and there is electronic charge, there is a Coulomb force. Coulomb force is there. and another is outside force is there. Coulomb force equal to centripetal force due to rotation. Centripetal force. I am writing. You may not get in your book. That is extra. Coulomb force means product of the charges plus 10 you will learn 4 pi epsilon 1. This is the distance, and due to rotation of that mv square by r. So electrons are rotating in a particular orbit. On electron, two forces are acting. They are balanced. One is towards the nucleus, that is the Coulomb force. Other one is due to rotation. Outside there is a centripetal force, which is known as mv square by r. And electrons are moving in that orbit, which is stationary orbit, from which no electromagnetic radiation is possible. In that orbit, always remember, in stationary orbit, another mathematics is there. As stationary orbit, you remember mvr equal to nh by 2 pi. These two mathematics not in your book, but since this course is introduced for the children appearing for Neet and Aieee, I should again I am telling in my channel Sci-Fi Physics that those are appearing after 2 years that competitive exam. So their level should start from class 9. So these two formula are given. MVR, this whole term is known as angular momentum. That is L equal to angular momentum. Angular momentum. Okay. H is Planck constant. So language I should say that in stationary orbit electrons are moving, while angular momentum is integral multiple h by 2 pi. H is Planck constant. Value of h you will now understand 6.6 10 to the minus 34 joule second, and this value 1 by 4 epsilon 9 into 10 to the 9. It is not required now, but always remember electrons are moving in that orbit, that is stationary orbit, where angular momentum is integral multiple of h by 2 pi. And in that orbit, two forces are acting on electron. One is the Coulomb force towards the nucleus, that is the repulsion force, that is electron, that is positive, that is the attractive force, balanced by the centripetal force due to rotation of the area hole surrounding the nucleus. So now this is the question. So what I have taught in this time reading, how electrons are balanced in an orbit, how many forces are there, what mathematical constants should be followed by electron, what is nucleum, what is atomic number, what is mass number, what is valency and valence shell. This is the lecture 2 I have completed today. I am expecting this next lecture 3, the whole chapter will be completed for your benefit. Thank you all. Again I am telling one thing, if you think this channel is helpful for you and you are appearing for any competitive exam in the long run, little bit help, I am trying my level best to help you. Then you subscribe my channel and share my channel with your friends, and you suggest by comment what can I do for you, what you tell me for your further improvement, what can I do for you. Thank you all.